Welcome to the Replace Your Income podcast. This is the podcast where we teach you to create side revenue in just an hour a week so that you can have freedom to do the things that you want to do with your life, whether you're a busy professional like a doctor, lawyer, or business person, or you're someone that doesn't make a lot of money, that's having a hard time making ends meet. This is the podcast for you. It doesn't matter where you're at. We're trying to give you freedom and a second stream of income, and we're succeeding in doing that with a lot of people, and enjoy the show today. Today I want to go deep, okay? I'm going to go deep. It's a deep dive. Now, that doesn't mean boring, and it doesn't mean that it's going to take a long time, but it means that I'm going to hit some key areas that will help you truly accomplish your goals and be successful in replacing your income. So the first concept that I want to hit is the theme of getting out of your comfort zone. Have you guys ever heard that? Do you love that theme? Does it ring a bell? Does it hit a nerve? Do you like it? What do you think about it? Have you thought about it? Well, today's your chance. I was thinking about getting out of your comfort zone. And you know what's crazy? You really need to get out of your comfort zone to be successful. But people don't talk about it much. They say when you're in pain, you're growing. You're getting better. You're getting stronger. And those are all great things, but there's some key things that I think people really miss about getting out of your comfort zone and why it's not exactly what you think that it is. And this is going to help you because it helped me. And if it helped me, it'll help you. Let me explain. When I am out of my comfort zone, I might be tempted to quit. And that's what we cannot have. We cannot quit. We must get back up when we fail. And if we get out of our comfort zone and it is so uncomfortable that it causes us to quit, then it's no good. Or if we get out of our comfort zone and it's so hard that we don't have enough time to be successful, then it's no good. I have been let me give you an example. And before I give you the example, I'm going to use a phrase that I'm going to start using more often. And this phrase is, when you're uncomfortable, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Or when you're out of your comfort zone, get out of your comfort zone in a way that you will be comfortable and still grow while you're doing hard things. And so here's the example that I want to give. I have been running, and I have a goal to run a marathon. And I'm 48 years old, and I've been having this goal for quite some time. I think I wrote it on my goal list in maybe when I was 40. And by the way, it's good to have goal lists, people. There's a small percentage of people that write their goals down. And I have always done that, and it has been one of the reasons why I'm successful. So that's a side note. I probably shouldn't even use side notes, but if you don't have goals and you're not writing them out, do it. Okay, side note over. I wrote that marathon on my goal list when I was 40, and I'm 48 and I haven't done it yet. And I tried a couple times and I failed. And I like to run, but here's what I did wrong is I pushed myself too hard. And I got out of my comfort zone and I struggled, and it was so painful, and I tore some ligaments and I twisted some knees and I got damage to my Achilles tendon. And so I pushed too hard. I would run too fast. I'm not enough improvement. I want to go from 0 to marathon in 1 week. Okay? Now, flashback 8 years, I haven't given up on my goal. I'm crazy like that. When I fall down, I get back up. When I fall down, I get back up. There's a song like that. Very important for traders to know that. So, here's what I learned. Is that when I'm running, and I use an app and it's helped me out a lot. So get the help you need. That's why you listen to this podcast. I learned that you have to go really, really slow because your body's getting warmed up, your body's getting used to miles, your body's getting used to distance. And so now I just go slow, and I could give a flip less about how fast I'm going. I don't even track it. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do check to see if I'm slowly increasing my pace, and I am. But when I'm running, I don't care. I check afterwards. But while I'm running, I don't care, because the way the coaches teach you in my app is get comfortable, go easy, make sure that you can start what you finish. Because if you get too uncomfortable, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to cause pain to yourself, and you're not going to be able to finish. And then you're going to have to do that very uncomfortable thing of starting over, which is what I've done many times in running and in trading. So what does that mean? Well, it means that I have to take my trading journey slow. And in life, you have to take things slow. I wanted to become a successful trader really, really fast. And this is a big thing for me, because I have failed at just about everything I've done, and I have been able to pinpoint it now that I'm 48, is that I've always tried too big, too fast. And I get back up again, and I carry this heavy load of pressure and pain, but it didn't need to be that way. I took too long to learn to go slow. So in trading, this is what I teach my people. Don't be in a hurry. The way to get rich fast is to get rich slow. And I've always said that, but now I really understand why it's so important. Because we have to be able to endure the drawdowns. We have to be able to endure the learning process. And I'm learning when I'm working with my students, they'll go through the course really quick, but it takes time for them to grasp the concepts. It takes time to execute the trades. It takes time to know and go through the motions. Even though we're teaching an hour a week is all it takes, it's amazing. One of my strategies that I'm giving out as a bonus, it's called the Profit Stacking Blueprint. We only do 15 minutes a week, and we've won 16 trades in a row. And it's only been 15 minutes a week. But I got people that are not satisfied with that. They want to do more and more and more, and they want to go faster. And I'm learning as I'm taking them through the course that the entire process takes some time. And so I want you to slow down. And yes, you're going to be out of your comfort zone because you're learning and you're growing and you're doing new things, but you're going to go through the comfort zone comfortably. So when I'm running my marathon or my training, I'm staying comfortable in my discomfort. I'm running easy so that my body can acclimate to the pounding that I'm putting it under. In trading, we want to acclimate ourselves to the process so that we can replace our income week in and week out. And we can do it in a way that we're going to be here for the long haul so that we're not going to quit. Now, I am in communication with people that are members of my course and people that are not, and I'm seeing some really common themes, and that is that life gets in the way. My heart went out to someone who messaged me that said they hadn't had time to do the course because they had someone in their life that had cancer. And that really rings hard with me because I've had some struggles as well. Because I've failed in just about everything I've ever tried to do in life because I was going too fast. I've had personal struggles. My dad died last year. My wife's dad died last year. I failed in a lot of key areas. I had struggles and trials and troubles with my marriage. And these things would get in the way of me trying to replace my income. And I learned to just keep going. And so another little tip about this, about get up, go again, because a lot of people, when they fail and they fall, they don't get back up. So just to recap, tip number 1 is to learn to be comfortable, but go easy and slow so that you can not quit, so that you can flow through the discomfort. The other thing is, know your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because if you know your why, you'll be able to push through a little bit more discomfort. You'll be willing to make the adjustments, and it's like, oh, this isn't working for me because I'm losing too much money, I'm going too fast, I'm making too many mistakes. We make a lot of mistakes when we go too fast. We make a lot of mistakes when we're trying to do something too quickly. And on the other side, I was talking to one of my members, Matthew, this week, and he was saying, I'm very risk adverse. So that's okay. I take on too much going too big too fast. Others go too slow. But as long as you're making a step forward, just one step at a time. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Go slow and make steps forward. So again, getting back to my why, I have a why. Why do I do what I do? What is your why? Sit down and think about it. Just like not many people write down their goal list, not many people know why they do what they do. When I hire someone, I lay out a vision for their life. Not my vision, but theirs. It's an amazing process. It's great. I should do this with my new trading students. But I say, what would 5 years look like? What would be successful? What would be successful in your family in 5 years? What would be successful with your income, with your career? And then I say, why? And then they'll answer, and then I'll say, why? And we go deeper and deeper. I want more money. Why? So that I can be comfortable. Why? So that I can spend time with my family. Why? Because I'm responsible for my family and I want to spend time with them. Why? Right? You get the process, and you just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. So know your why. Sit down, take some time, know your why, because it's going to really help. For me, I came up with my why a long time ago. 20-some years ago, I had an amazing encounter with Jesus, and it totally changed my life. Like, for real. Like, at that moment, I was going one direction, and I turned around, and I went the other way. And that defined my why, and that's my why right now. Right? I'm just serving God with my life, which means that I want to get to know Him and help everybody else along the way have better lives. Everyone I come in contact with, I want to improve their life. And do I do that all the time? No. I want to add value. I want to be a blessing. I want to serve people. I want to help people replace their income. And so I know my why, and it helps me to keep getting up. So I get back up, and I make the changes and the adjustments that I need to make. And in my case, I had to slow down. I had to slow down in every single area of my life. I had to slow down with my trading. I had to slow down with running my business. I had to slow down with my working out so that I could accomplish my goals. It's crazy that slower is better, but we need to get out of our comfort zones, but we need to be comfortable when doing it, because if we're too hard and too fast, we are like a train that wrecks. And when you wreck, you're not going to be able to be successful. You're going to get off the track, you're going to crash and burn, and then you can't get back up, right? So getting out of your comfort zone is good, but not too fast. And I would say that in life, in trading, that everybody has to fail sometimes. And if you don't understand that, if you're afraid of failure, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed if you understand that failure's coming. But if we go slow, our failures are going to be smaller, and we can adjust and adapt. And if we know our why, we're going to keep going. One of the members that I talked with, he does HVAC, which is a great career because it keeps us cold and keeps us warm. But he doesn't like it because he says it's just too much on his body. He's getting older and he wants to replace his income. But he said he started trading and he kept on failing because why? Because he was going too fast. I just got that comment, so I'm going to send this to him. You don't need to go fast. You need to go slow so that you don't wreck. And trust me, it's not going to be too long. We have a roadmap that we work with people. We give them a timeline, and usually we can beat the timeline, but it's all on the starting point. You got to go slow, take your time, and then just step by step. And then you don't have to have a lot of time. If your life is chaos like mine had been in the last couple years, I understand. But you got to start working on carving out places of time. And this is only going to take us an hour a week, but be disciplined with it. Get yourself an hour a week. Understand why you want to replace your income. Why is it so important to you? And then carve out that hour a week. And by the way, I'm available. I'm available for people to ask me questions. And so I'm going to hit me up on social media. Hit me up. Send me an email. I will answer it if you have any questions. And I wanted to just also let people know that I'm doing a masterclass right now. It is available to help people understand what I do and how they can get involved. So if you're interested in that, the masterclass is a very simple 4-video series. They're short videos, much shorter than this podcast episode. So if you could listen to me this long, you could definitely handle one of those videos. But if any of what I taught you today sounds of interest to you at all, check out my link at the masterclass. I would love to see you there. I'd love to be able to interact with you. The more interactions I have with real people, the more I learn about myself, the more I learn about how to help people. All right, well, that's it for today's episode. I hope that that's helpful. And leave me a message in the fan mail. I will reply. And so that's one of the ways I'm going to end today's message is I got a great message in fan mail last week about how they love my show, about how I was sincere and how it was really helping them. So thank you so much for leaving that message. That encouraged me. It helped me keep going, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, that's it. We'll see you in the next episode of how to trade options, how to replace your income with options so that you can have the freedom that you're looking for.